Welcome.
Thank you.
Right, so now I get going.
I'm
You can have
done.
a stop. You're done. I'm trying
right.
to kick you out nicely, man.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
You too, man. You will.
Thank you.
All right.
How's it going, guys? The coffee here is unbelievable, isn't it? It's so good.
That's a big compliment coming from you.
The chocolate, the food, just
I'm just gonna let you talk, man. Go.
yeah. Michael, you know what I'm talking about. Great food, isn't it? No. No. I had 2 pieces of bread last night. I can't remember last time I did that.
I had 2 pieces of bread an hour ago.
You just slept through Tiger's conference. Anyway, Phil, great to see you.
Thank you.
Playing your 12th Ryder Cup, I believe.
You would think that that you would get kind of desensitized to it, but in the reality, as my career has gone on, I've come to love and appreciate and cherish these weeks and being a part of the team even more. And this week, especially, with the amount of not just talented players, but quality guys that are on our team, being with them has been so special and fun, and to be part of this team with them, along with one of my longtime, lifelong friends, Captain Furyk, and many of the guys that are our vice captains. It's just been a really special week so far, and I'm very appreciative to be a part of it.
Thank you, Phil. We're going to start on mic 3, please.
Hey, Phil.
Obviously, the European side is going to set the golf course up the way they want it to be. It's obviously very different than Hazeltine. Can you talk a little bit about what you saw out there today, and do you feel like that's an advantage for Europe, or how do you think it plays in for you guys this week?
I think it's an incredible golf course. I think the consensus amongst all players is that it's a wonderful test of golf. The setup is as good as it could possibly be. It's just in pristine, immaculate shape, and yet provides a very good challenge. That's a fair challenge. I think it's a wonderful test. And at Hazeltine, you saw a lot of birdies. You saw a lot of aggressive play, and I think you'll see less aggressiveness, more conservative tee to green. But once you get on the greens, they're a little bit flatter, and you can really make putts here. You can be aggressive from 20 to 40 feet. I think you're going to see a lot of putts made, and that'll be most likely the difference.
I'm going to go to mic 4, Phil, on your left.
Yeah, Phil, with all the work you've put in to try to get things going in the right direction for this team, with a chance to end the road losing drought or the road losing streak, I mean, do you think this week in particular has a chance to be one of your crowning achievements in your career?
I would not look at it that way, because this is a team event, and this is a event for all of us to cherish and to be a part of, and every person from the players to the caddies to the spouses to the captains and vice captains, every player plays an integral piece of the puzzle to do well and to succeed. But because I've played in these events for so long and have never won over here, it would be one of the moments I would cherish the most if we were able to come out on top. We have a quality team. We have great leadership. We have every opportunity to succeed, but we have to perform. We still have to go out and play some great golf to achieve that. But if we were to do that, it would be something I would remember and cherish the rest of my life.
Going to go mic 1 at the front, please.
Thanks. Phil, when you look at the relationship you now have with Tiger and how much friendlier you two have become, how much do you trace that back to the last Ryder Cup and the sort of shared experiences you guys had from, being on the task force all the way up through the event itself?
I think that's a big part of it. I think that when we started to really work together to succeed in the Ryder Cup, going back even 4 years ago, and then at Hazeltine and last year at the President's Cup, those team events where we've worked together has I think we both realized we have a lot more in common than we thought, and I think we both have really come to appreciate working together to achieve things, and I've really enjoyed my time with him. He's just, it's really been fun. Just a lot of little things, We just, the way we go about things, the way we look at things, our work ethic and so forth. I think the way we look at details. I think that our mind works a lot more similarly than we might have thought, and working together has been not just special, but it's been really fun.
Stay on the right for mic 2, please.
Yeah. You won in Mexico this year, and all the fans are going nuts. Tiger won, on Sunday. The people went crazy. We got all the young guns like Patrick winning the Masters, Brooks winning the U.S. Open again. Do you think that golf in the world, but especially in America, is at a peak where it's never been before?
It's hard to say. It could very well be the case. I think that what Tiger has done over the course of his career, though, has been remarkable as far as making golf popular and exposing it to so many more people than outside the golf world. And it was evident last week when he won to see the response and the way the people responded to him, and the way the people responded to the game, and the excitement level and the energy that he brings. And he's been playing some remarkable golf. This is the best I think I've ever seen him swing the club, even going back to 2000. And when I thought he was at his best, he's striking it so solidly that nobody was surprised that has played with him that he won. And I think that now that first win is out of the way, I think he's going to start rattling off some more.
We'll go 3 and then 4, please. Mic 3 first.
Phil, going back to you having never won over here, certainly all the matches are different, but what's the toughest part or most difficult challenge when it comes to playing these matches on the road?
There's been some things in the past that that it's hard to articulate, but I think the people here are very respectful and have been great to us. I think that the crowds, as much as they might be biased or partisan, have treated us great over the decades, and I don't think that that's been a part of our lack of success by any means, even though it's more challenging. But we've never had an issue where it has affected our performance, and we just need to come here ready to play. And I think the FedEx Cup is a big asset for us. I think it's a big asset for the U.S. players because in the past we've had 6 weeks off in between our last competition in the Ryder Cup, and this year, although we might be tired, we might have a little long stretch, our games are much sharper because of our consistent play week in and week out heading into this event.
I'll just get time for 2 more. 4 and then 2, please.
Phil, you spoke about Phil over here.
Jason in the middle.
Phil, you spoke about your relationship with Tiger. You spoke about how well he's playing right now. It's been 14 years since you two were partners in a Ryder Cup. If Jim came to you this week and said he wants to get the band back together, what would your reaction be?
I think we would both welcome it. I think we'd both welcome it.
Any feeling on whether that might happen?
I do have an idea of what Captain Furyk is thinking. Yeah.
Tim, mic 2.
Phil, could you give us a back here?
The bald man at the back, Tim Russellford.
Got it. There you
See
are.
old man
What a
in the back?
good-looking lad you are.
Thank you, sir.
Shining brightly in the back.
Why would it be different if you and Tiger were paired now versus '04? And the follow-up is, how many more Ryder Cup teams do you have as a goal to make and compete on?
So, look, when we go over like little details as to why we were or weren't successful, when I talk about it openly and try to share like insight, sometimes it comes across as though I'm taking, like I'm trying to take a shot at somebody, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to go into that anymore. But the bottom line is going to be preparation. And when we can eliminate the variables, eliminate the uncertainties, it eliminates the pressure. So the more questions we have answered well before the Ryder Cup, the more prepared we are, and the more time we have to prepare our games the week of the Ryder Cup. And so that's probably the best way to answer it. In the long run, I'd say we'd be more prepared, most likely. Would be kind of the general answer, but I don't want to. If I answer that, it just never comes across like if I try to share insight as to why things went well or things didn't go well, it always comes across as though I'm taking a shot at somebody, and I don't want to do that anymore.
Just gonna go. Just.
So,
Are you sure? Just gonna go. Last question on mic 3, Phil.
go ahead.
So, question. With
Go ahead,
how
Pat.
well he's positioning the golf club and swinging, are you nervous during Thanksgiving, or you gonna have to kind of?
Yeah, I was talking about him
Change
today.
that.
Tiger striped it again today. He didn't hardly. I think he missed one fairway for the round, and I'm trying to negotiate a shot aside. It didn't go over very well in the initial. Our discussions, but I'm still working on it. We've got some negotiating to do, given how well he played last week.
Okay, you two want to swap positions?
Mark, did you have a?
Go on, Mark.
Sorry, hand go. Okay, cool. Dave, you good?
I just was curious what you're working on, and I know you probably weren't very happy with last week, but also probably thinking you might have taken it.
Yeah, I didn't. The last 2 weeks have been the 2 worst putting weeks of the year for me. So I'm going to spend more time with the putter. But it's Tuesday, and we have 2 more practice rounds, so I don't want to put too much time into it. I'm not trying to get fine-tuned. I'm just trying to get posture and the basic fundamentals, alignment, and all that stuff matched up for the swing. And so I still have a little bit of work to do. I didn't strike it the way I wanted to, but the last 2 weeks were the worst putting weeks of the year. And given how well I've putted all year, hopefully I should be able to turn that around.
Karen, sorry, you had one. Phil, if you don't mind.
Phil, you can't count on how many more of these you'll be at as a player. Do you find yourself soaking up everything more than you have in other cups?
I've always appreciated and cherished every minute of these weeks, so I wouldn't say that I'm cherishing it anymore. I am aware of the fact that this is most likely my last one on European soil and my last opportunity to be part of a team that would be victorious here, and that would mean a lot to me personally. I think it'd mean a lot to our team and to the United States Ryder Cup to have a victory on foreign soil. It's been 25 years, but it's a very difficult task. We've got a European team is extremely talented with some great young players and great experience and great leadership. And although I love our team and I love our players and I love our leadership, it's going to be a very difficult match for both sides. I think it's going to be close, and something that if we were able to come out on top, it would be something I'd cherish the rest of my life.
Phil, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.